Now, your research assistant has two brains. Perplexity finds, Claude thinks, but the summary vanishes. They live in N8N right now, in that output panel. And if you refresh, they're gone. No paper trail, no history, no way to find last month's research on vendor selection. This video right here fixes that. So last episode, you connected Claude to Perplexity. Claude receives the raw research, returns a structured summary with key findings and takeaways. That summary exists in JSON. It's formatted, it's useful, but it's trapped inside of N8N. So you need two things. First, a readable document that you can share, edit, and reference. Second, a searchable log of every research run you've ever done. Google Docs for the summaries, Google Sheets for the log. Both are going to update automatically every time your workflow runs. This isn't just convenience. 3 episodes from now, you're going to build memory. Your assistant will search past research before starting new searches. That memory is going to live in the log, and you're building that foundation today. Now, the nodes that we're setting up here are going to need Google credentials. You'll set this up once and use it for both. First, Google Docs. So after Claude, we're going to go ahead and click the plus sign to add a new node. And I'm going to go ahead and type in Google Doc. And when you select Google Doc, it's going to ask you, what action do you need? For this, we need to create a document. In the credentials, once you have your credentials set up, you would select it here. I've already got mine, Google Docs account. As far as the resource, document, operation, create, drive name or ID. Here, it's my drive, unless you have a different drive name. Under that, it's going to ask you folder name or ID. Do you have a folder that's already been created? And again, this can use the name or your drive ID. You can also type it in. Now, sometimes your folders won't all load. If I look here, I don't see the folder I actually created to use, right? So I can just paste in fixed here. So when you paste it in, it might give here where it's looking like it's an issue. Don't worry about that. Now, for the title, docs, create research doc. And then in the title field, we're going to use an expression. It's research for, and then we bring in the set defined research topic, and then we do this dot item dot json dot clean underscore topic. All right. So now if I go ahead and execute this step, you'll see here, we've got our output kind, ID, name, and this mem type. Now, this doesn't have a content field. No content is in this. This was just creating the doc. So now we have this document ID that's going to allow us to do the next step. So in the second node, this is where we write the content. So we're going to go ahead and add another Google Docs node. As I mentioned, this is a 2-step process, and this is going to be update document. All right. So we'll go ahead and name this node docs write research content. All right. So the operation is update, and then the doc ID, we're just going to drag that from the input. So that's telling this is the doc that you're looking to update. So json.id. Now we have to go ahead and set up our action fields. All right. So we got the object is text, action is insert segment is the body. And then we'll say at the end of specific location, you've got the index, but we'll just leave this set there. And it's asking what text do you want placed into the body? And that is where we go ahead and bring the output from the draft research summary. So that's the exact path to Claude's formatted summary. Claude's AI agent returns the results in that output fields. Google Docs is going to render the markdown, bold headers, bullet lists. It's not perfect, but it's readable. So we'll go ahead and execute the node. It gave us here a document ID. Now here we can see Claude's summary inside formatted and ready to share. So that is what's going to be sent out with that document. So you're halfway there. Your research assistant now writes to Google Docs automatically, but you need to log every topic, every date, every doc link in one searchable sheet. That's the memory foundation. So here we're going to build it. Now, for this next step, you will need a Google Sheet created in advance, super simple. I created one called Research Log with 3-column headers, topic, date, doc link. That's it. Only one sheet called Sheet 1. So back in N8N, what we're gonna do is add the Sheets node. So I'm gonna click that plus, type in Sheets, see Google Sheets. I'm gonna click that and it's gonna ask, what are we looking to do here? The action that we wanna take. We want to append. Choose your credentials. The resource is a sheet within the doc. We are appending a row. Then we've got document from list. I'm going to click this drop down. I see research log here. Go ahead and choose that. And if you need to ever, you can click the ellipse and do a refresh list. And that sometimes helps if you just created a sheet and come back and don't see it. That might help. And then from the sheets, click the drop down. I'll see sheet 1. If you name it something different, then of course, that's what's gonna populate here. All right, and once you choose that sheet, it's gonna pop down. You're gonna see some other options pop up here. So mapping column mode, we're gonna map each column manually. It's only 3 columns, so it's 3 expressions. Super, super simple. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna bring these in starting with the topic. From the set, define research topic, right? This is where we have our clean data. So I'm gonna bring clean topic in. Now in the date field, I'm gonna use an expression because I want my date to show up in a specific type of format. You can use ChatGPT, Claude to ask how to write in JSON format a date, time, set up how you want. Now here's a generic one that I'm gonna add here. And this is the now.to format. And here it's year, month, day, hours, minutes, right? This is not the format that I like. This is also not the time where I'm at. I'm here on the West Coast outside of Portland. So with that, I'm gonna actually use a different expression. Now this set it up in a format that I like in my sheets, 04/09/2026. Yes, good old USA and the way that we read information. 10:03 p.m. Looked at the clock, sounds about right. So that's the format that I'm going with. Now here for the doc link, we got to do something a little special. If we just brought in the document ID, it's just giving us the document ID. We want this to be a clickable link. So this is the way to make that happen using an expression. So we're basically setting up a pre-setup, which is the docs.google.com/document/d/ opening quote plus, which is a joiner. And then we actually use our docs create research doc first JSON ID. Now our output is an actual link. So now if we go ahead and I'm gonna look at my research log really quick before, you see there's nothing going on here. Now if we execute this step, node has completed, topic, AI in healthcare, the date, and then we've also got the doc link showing up here. Now, if I jump over to that Google Doc, I can see here, now we've got our topic, we've got our date field, and we've got a clickable link. So now if I give this a click, I'm able to see all of this data. Now this might be like, what? That looks crazy. A trick that I learned, super useful. Or select all the text, copy, delete, right click, paste from Markdown. Look at that structure. Again, not perfect, but this is good. This is a good starting point and enough to get you going when you're trying to get understanding of a topic out here. So we've got our title, our key findings, our takeaways from that, and this is all gravy, baby. Now, if you run that workflow again with a different topic, then that's going to populate here in that next row, and it's going to just keep working that same way. So this is our log. This is the memory foundations. 3 episodes from now, your assistant is going to search this sheet before starting any new research. It'll say, I've already researched this topic. Let me go ahead and show you the doc link so you can make the choice on if you need to actually start from scratch. So you've built it now. 8 nodes, manual trigger, Perplexity, Extract, Claude, 2 Google Docs, and a Google Sheets. You can now run research, get a document, and never lose track of what you learn. This is your paper trail. This is the foundation for the memory. Your research assistant is starting to remember things. So next episode, we're going to close this loop with an email. Your research assistant is going to send you an email with your name, a topic, a summary snippet, and the direct link to the Google Docs form to email in one automated flow. That's next. See you there.